All right, welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, over 350 or 60 cop stories, 6, 7, 8 minutes, depending on content. Look them up. A lot of gross alerts, a lot of regular police stuff, a lot of backstory stuff you'll never hear anywhere else but right here. In addition to that, I have 190 question and answers, okay? So ask me a question, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com. Normally I would go back to you directly, but this question I can't because it's too lengthy. They asked me, how do you train a recruit out of the academy? Okay, so I'm on one right now. Got him right out of the academy. I mean, fresh as can be. Country fresh or city fresh, you call it. We've been working now about maybe a week and a half. Tickets, I've explained traffic stops, I've explained family disputes, how we deploy on houses. You have to teach them pretty much A to Z, okay? Because they learn at the academy, fun stuff, practice and learn situations, you know, they make them up and this is good because they get them a basic knowledge. But when they come out in the real world, one thing's missing: danger, guns, suspects, a-holes, felons, all that stuff's out there, okay? And of course, most of those guys hate cops, obviously, because the cops put them in jail. We're not firemen, okay? Policemen. So, this was pretty good. He's not driving yet. We're about a month, not quite a month, because I lose him in a little while and I get another recruit. We're talking about, we get in the car and he's learning, you know, like, let me back up a little bit. He's getting better at identifying where we're at. You gotta remember now, we didn't have radios on our hips. We had them stuck, bolted to the car. So later on in the 80s, when we got our radios on our hips, they had an emergency button you push and pretty much try to locate you if you need help. Prior to this, you got out of your car, you're on your own. So initially I would make a turn after I told him, and I make a quick turn to pull to the curve. I go, where are we? I just got shot. He'd go, okay. Then I didn't chew him out, but I said, look, you got to know where we're at. Because if I get shot and I can't talk, you're going to have to go, officer needs help. I'm at the corner of, where are you? Okay. And you can't imagine there had been times where these poor girls, that time it was all girls, the radio girls. I mean, I heard stories of some of them crying because they're on the radio going, where are you? Where are you? And you hear their officer going, I've been shot, and they can't help them. They don't know where they're at. And just by the stroke of luck, that's why they call I'm getting on the side here. That's why they call the City of Angels, because citizens saw them and were calling the police on their phones for the officers' help. It happened a lot. Citizens got involved in help, or actually physically ran out and helped the officer if he's down. It's really amazing, okay? Unlike what the popular public or politicians will tell you, 90%, 95% of the public are good people. It's just the 5 or 10% that are a-holes, okay? I have personal knowledge of that. People help me out a lot. So anyway, he's getting better at this. Okay, we're 3 weeks into this. He knows where we're at all the time. We've done it, again, just by repetition. Smaller departments, maybe a couple tickets a night, maybe 6 a week. Us, 3 or 4 tickets a night, 6 tickets a night, 30 tickets a week. Traffic stops on every ticket, constant. So he's getting pretty good at this, getting very good at this. Now, so many things to do as a policeman, and here's one of them. We have banks in the division, okay? And we had an old lieutenant. Friday roll call was at 3:30 or 3:15, and we hit the streets at 4 o'clock. And what did he always say on Friday? It's bank night. Because in those days, he was an old guy. In those days, banks open until 6 on Fridays only. Now they're open, all different banks open different hours of the day. But in those days, all banks close at 3 normally, and then Friday nights are open until 6. This is bank night. Check our local banks. Big old crusty guy, Korean War veteran, old salty guy. Okay. Or he'd say, what night is it? 40 of us. Bank night. That's right. Damn it. Oh, it's pretty funny to watch these guys. Old school guys, man. Korean War veterans. Woo. Okay. So anyway, so I tell him, okay, now, we might get some calls on bank robberies. I know we don't get it. It's a small division, but there's a good dozen banks all over the place. B of A's mostly, but still had a lot of banks. So sure enough, like 2 days after I told him about how to deploy on banks, here it comes. Hot call comes out. Another unit got the call. We didn't get the call because I told you in one of my stories that usually the unit that gets the call is not the first car there, because they just give it to the car that's available. There's no track. Now they got tracking, but in those days, whatever car was available, I gave him the robbery call. Well, he could be 3 miles away, but there's other cars that are closer, hear the call, and they respond. So I honestly tell you, I bet of all the hot shots, rape in progress, robbery in progress, burglary in progress, I was never the first car there. It was always, when I got the call, it was always somebody else got there before us, which is fine. I mean, the public calls for help. Get there as fast as you can, So that's what happened on this one. We didn't get the call, but we were close. We were like the second car there. So we're rolling. I'm driving. So get the shotgun out, okay? We get out of the car. I'm telling him, get out of the car, put one in the chamber, make sure the safety's on. Let's go. Okay, so he's unlocking it, and he hasn't, not out of the academy, he's not a day out of the academy, he's 3 weeks out of the academy, He's very smooth now. Got it out. The windows are down because you don't want to have an accidental shooting and blow your window out. It happened before. So rolls the window down. I got mine down. It's, you know, we're moving. We're moving. We're not very far away. Shotgun out the window. Here we go. Okay, follow me. Cover my right side. He said, man with a gun points at us. We're going to shoot him. Got it? I got it. Okay, you got to tell him what to do because, again, these guys are not Vietnam veterans. These guys aren't, you know, versatile and having guns pointed at them, have people shoot at them. I did. Several of us in here did. My other train officer, Vietnam vet also, kind of versed in this. You get used to it. Not used to it, but you're aware of it and you can deal with it. Okay? But these kids, you know, no. And so here we go. Pull up. It's a Bank of America parking lot. You know, suspects inside. We're jumping out. I go, we're here. I'm jumping out. We jump out of the car and we're going through the cars trying to get to the front door. We're on one side. I see two guys on the other side. Remember, we have no radios. So we're just going, you know, we're showing each other we have shotguns. Okay? So we're kind of coming in like, not like this. If you're at the front door, we're coming in like this. 4 of us from both sides to cover the door. So if there's a shooting, we won't shoot each other. Okay? So we're coming up like this, and I said, and we get close. There's a couple of cars before we get to the door. Okay, we deploy here. I'm yelling at him. We deploy here. So he's on one side of a parked car, shotgun over the hood. I'm on this car, gun over the hood. And we're waiting. Okay, so is the other guy. We're waiting. We hear units yelling, "We're in the back. We're in the back." You know, so the other guys are running. We have no radios. Okay, helicopters over the top. And I'm thinking, okay, this is the moment, man. Here it comes. This is where we're going to be shooting. There's going to be a shootout right now. And waiting. Every minute you wait, less chance of a shooting. Okay, because that means they're probably gone. Okay, who knows? Okay, so we're waiting. 2 minutes goes by, 3 minutes. Remember now, when the call goes out, let me back up here. When the call goes out, say there's a righteous bank robbery. They hit the alarm, whatever alarm they have. That alarm has to go downtown to communications. Maybe a minute, 2 minutes. They have to get it, deploy a car. 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Bank robbery in progress. 3 minutes, 4 minutes. They get the call to respond. 2 minutes. So maybe anywhere from 4 to 7 minutes by the time the first unit gets there. That's a lot of time if you're a robber and you already robbed somebody or had a gun at some girl's head and she empties out the tray and you run out the door. 6, 7 minutes is a long time. Okay, so that's what happened here. We're waiting. One of the sergeant pulls his patrol car up in front with a PA system. He's laying down almost in the seat. You know, all with your hands up, you know, police department. And somebody's coming out. You can see people. Somebody's coming out. What's the bank manager? He's got like this. He's got his, you know, his ID card or his ID badge. Don't shoot, I'm the manager. Get over here. So like, we're watching all this, you know. Maybe he's being held hostage. Who knows what's going on? So they're talking, and then all of a sudden, the sergeant's talking to him, you know, behind the car, and then the sergeant pops up and he yells out on the PA system, code 4, suspect's gone. Okay. So a couple of guys that got the call, they go in, they follow the manager in, and the sergeant follows the manager in. We're outside, and then the sergeant's inside for a few minutes, and then he comes out and he goes, you know, let's go. Okay. So you can see how I'm excited I am now. You can imagine my blood pressure pumping like crazy. I'm worried about him the whole time. Okay. Not worried about me because I know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, right. A lot of people know what they're doing, get hurt too. But I'm worried about him. New guy, newlywed, you know, I don't want to bury this guy. So I'm worried about him the whole time. I'm yelling the whole time we're talking. You all said, you ready? You got your finger on the safety? Yeah, okay, here he comes out. Okay, fine. I'm trying to keep him aware of what's happening here during this incident. Okay, we're only a few feet from each other. We're width of a car from each other. So then we nod. The other two guys, see you later. We go back to our car. He's unloading the shotgun. We unload it completely and then reload the magazine without one in the chamber. He's doing that, and I'm putting the car lights off and everything, and puts the gun back in the rack. We get in the car and we drive around to the back part of the parking lot, back in, and I go, "What do you think?" He goes, "Wow." And I've done about a dozen of these, maybe even more, because I've been on now 7 years. I've done a lot of these. I go, "What do you think?" He goes, "Yeah, that was pretty good." He goes, Are you pumping up?" He goes, "Oh man." He goes, "I'll tell you right now, I want to get gross here." He says, "My behind could have cut nails. That's how scared I was." Okay. And I go, "Yeah, I guess I'm not that bad, buddy, but I've done a few of these." He goes, "That was something." And he goes, "I tell my family about that." I said, "Well, yeah, but you know." I said, "Were you ready?" He goes, "Yeah, I was ready." Because you pull one around in the chamber. It's a pump action shotgun, and you lower it. You got your finger on the safety. So it's two action to shoot. You have to do two things. You can't take the safety off because if you fall, or it drops, it's going to go off. So you put your finger on the safety, and if something happens, you have to go click, click, shoot. You have to take the safety off and then shoot. It's kind of archaic, but you got to have the safety on because you don't want to have an accidental. What happens if you have that safety off and you got a side on here, and that manager comes running out, and oh my God, boom, because most people, I've had this before, where when you get nervous, you squeeze your muscles. So if you're on that trigger, you're not supposed to be on the trigger. You can have an accidental. You blow away the manager. Oh, that's great. Okay, for you and for him, for everybody involved here. So anyway, so we're sitting back here talking in the car, and I go, he goes, how many of those do you get? I said, well, I've been here 4 years. I've gotten maybe a dozen. Yeah. Any of them good? One was, but the guy gave up, and the other one, the guy had a bomb on him. That's another story, and a crack shot that eventually went to the shooting range. One of my old partners, he told me he's not coming out of the bank. We're all laid out on the ground, telling the story just quickly for you. And the guy said, I'm coming out. He had a plunger and a bunch of bombs on his chest, and the officer that was a distinguished expert shot, the best shot in 7,000 cops. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Took one step and put the bullet right in his eyeball. Okay, killed him right there on the spot. I said, that was what we went to. He goes, whoa! I said, yeah, that was a whoa moment, because I watched that guy hit the ground. He went in there, he went right down. The other eye came out. He goes, what? I said, yeah, that's what happens. Pressure. He goes, whoa, oh man. I go, are you aware of what that shotgun would have done? He goes, well, they tell us. I go, no. It's like I told you, we're not hunting quail here. Okay, I told him, this is a shotgun to stop people, not to kill them, to stop them. Our policy is to shoot to stop. You shoot him in the chest if he has a gun. You stop him from killing. Who do you think I'm lecturing him? When he has a gun in his hand, who's he going to hurt? He goes, us. Yeah, and who else is he going to hurt? He goes, the citizens. That's right. Remember, the 3 directives: me, you, and the citizens. It's all good. Because you got to get in mind right that I may have to shoot someone, and you got to make sure it's right. I've told that before. And once you do it, you have to feel good that this was for the common good. It sounds horrible to say that when you have to shoot a human being, but it's for the common good to save yourself and your partner and the citizenry. Because ultimately, they're not going to hit what they're aiming at. They'll shoot at you and hit somebody behind you. It always happens all the time. See it all the time on TV. Drive-by shootings, little 9-year-old girl gets hit in the head with a bullet. They never hit what they're aiming at. Never. So you try to take care of the public that way. Liberals don't think that way. They think, oh, everybody has to be John Wayne and shoot him between the eyes. That doesn't work that way. Okay. So anyway, we got out of that thing and we drove back and grabbed a burrito or something to eat on the hood of our car again. And, tried to calm down. I was calmed down quicker than he was. He was still on edge. Are you okay, man? He goes, yeah, man. He says, I'll never forget that. I said, no, you'll forget it. You know why? What? Because till the next one. And we go in pursuit. I got to tell you, pursuit, on the next time I tell these stories, the pursuit one's pretty funny, okay? Because I told him, wait till we get into pursuit. He goes, pursuit? You imagine now, he has even no idea, because he has out of the academy what's going to come up next. Because you don't know. I can't predict we're going to have a pursuit a week from Tuesday at 2 o'clock. No. It just comes in waves, and you take whatever you get. And he's sitting there going, wow. I said, yeah, so we'll get that. Maybe we'll have one now, maybe we won't. I said, but we get in a pursuit, buddy, that's a thrill ride. Okay. He goes, you can see him like, whoa, hope we get one of those. I said, yeah, so do I. I kind of like him. He goes, yeah, wow, he can't wait. Okay, so I can see him develop from a raw over the weeks. I'm with this guy. You can see him. He's like, man, every day he's work early. His uniform is spit shine. He's ready to go. He's all excited. And I was too, in the sense that as a senior train officer, I like police work. But he was like me when I was a young guy, man. I can't wait the next day. You don't have to pay me. Just give me food and room and board. I'll do this for free. I told my mom that the first day I went out. So he's that way. He was really good guy. So I'm running out of time, and we'll talk about other things next time. Bye-bye.